When installing a 2-inch conduit between two immovable cabinets with aligned knockouts, several methods and considerations come into play. Firstly, using locking nuts is a viable option. This involves utilizing two sets of locking nuts on the conduit threads. Secure the conduit by tightening the first set of nuts against the cabinet, intentionally leaving some exposed threads. Then, install the second set of nuts and tighten them to expand the threads. This creates a tight seal against the cabinet surfaces. Secondly, a conduit coupling can be employed. A coupling is a device designed to connect two lengths of conduit together. By using a coupling, you can join the two conduit sections that pass through the cabinet holes, eliminating the need for exposed threads and ensuring a secure connection. Here are some additional tips to consider during the conduit installation. 1. Apply a sealant, such as silicone or caulk, around the conduit where it enters the cabinet. This helps prevent moisture from entering the cabinets and protects the electrical connections within. 2. If flexibility is required in the conduit run, opt for liquid-tight conduit instead of rigid conduit. Liquid-tight conduit offers flexibility while maintaining a watertight seal. 3. Consider incorporating a junction box inside one or both of the cabinets. A junction box provides a convenient connection point for wires or other devices, simplifying wiring and maintenance. 4. Always ensure that the conduit and fittings used meet the electrical code requirements applicable to the location. Compliance with electrical codes is essential for safety and proper functionality. When working with electrical systems, safety is paramount. Before commencing any work, always disconnect the power supply to the circuits involved. Use appropriate safety gear, such as gloves and eye protection, to minimize the risk of electrical shock or injury. Double-check all connections to ensure they are secure and properly insulated. If unfamiliar with electrical work or unsure about any aspect of the installation, seek assistance from a qualified electrician. Proper conduit installation is vital for protecting electrical wiring and ensuring the safe operation of electrical systems. By following these methods and tips, you can successfully install conduit between cabinets while adhering to safety guidelines and electrical code requirements. The use of locking nuts provides a simple solution when alignment and space constraints are a concern. The exposed threads, when properly secured with locking nuts, offer a robust and reliable connection. Alternatively, conduit couplings offer a clean and secure method for joining conduit sections, eliminating exposed threads and maintaining a professional appearance. When selecting between locking nuts and couplings, consider the specific requirements of the installation, including space limitations, desired aesthetics, and the need for future modifications. Each method offers distinct advantages and can be tailored to suit the unique circumstances of the project. Remember to always prioritize safety when working with electrical systems. To energize circuits before commencing any work, and take precautions to prevent electrical shock or injury. When in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician to ensure the installation is performed safely and in accordance with electrical code requirements. The installation of conduit between cabinets is a common task in various settings, from residential to commercial and industrial environments. Whether installing new wiring or upgrading existing systems, proper conduit installation is essential for protecting electrical conductors and ensuring the long-term reliability of electrical systems. By understanding the available methods, following best practices, and adhering to safety guidelines, you can confidently tackle conduit installation projects and achieve professional results. Remember to always double-check your work and verify that all connections are secure and properly insulated. A well-executed conduit installation not only enhances the safety of electrical systems but also contributes to the overall aesthetics and functionality of the space. Consider the long-term implications of the installation, including the need for future maintenance or modifications. By planning ahead and implementing sound installation practices, you can ensure that the conduit system will provide reliable service for years to come. Also remember to inspect the conduit after installation to be sure it is in good condition. If you are in Maryland, make sure to follow the Maryland Electrical Code. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, is the standard for safe electrical installation. It is a comprehensive set of guidelines and regulations designed to ensure the safety of people and property from electrical hazards. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. Compliance with the NEC is essential for all electrical installations, whether in residential, commercial, or industrial settings. The NEC is updated every 3 years to reflect advancements in technology and address emerging safety concerns. It is important for electricians, contractors, and anyone involved in electrical work to stay current with the latest edition of the NEC and to understand its requirements. The NEC is not a law itself, but it is often adopted by state and local jurisdictions as part of their building codes. In areas where the NEC is adopted, compliance with its provisions is legally required. The NEC is organized into chapters, articles, and sections, each addressing a specific aspect of electrical installation. The chapters cover broad topics, such as general requirements, wiring and protection, wiring methods and materials, equipment for general use, and special occupancies. The articles provide more detailed information on specific subjects within each chapter, and the sections contain specific requirements and guidelines. Some key topics covered in the NEC include conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, grounding and bonding, wiring methods, and equipment installation. Conductor sizing is the process of selecting the appropriate size of electrical conductors to carry the intended current without overheating. Overcurrent protection involves the use of circuit breakers and fuses to protect electrical circuits from excessive current, which can cause fires or equipment damage. Grounding and bonding are essential for providing a safe path for fault current to return to the source, minimizing the risk of electrical shock. Wiring methods refer to the various ways in which electrical conductors can be installed, such as in conduit, cable, or raceway. Equipment installation covers the proper installation of electrical equipment, such as lighting fixtures, receptacles, and appliances. The NEC also includes requirements for special occupancies, such as hazardous locations, healthcare facilities, and swimming pools. These areas require additional safety measures to address the unique electrical hazards present in those environments. Compliance with the NEC is not only a legal requirement in many areas but also a critical component of ensuring electrical safety. By following the NEC guidelines and regulations, electricians and contractors can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and protect people and property from harm. The NEC is a valuable resource for anyone involved in electrical work, providing a comprehensive framework for safe and reliable electrical installations. Staying current with the latest edition of the NEC and understanding its requirements is essential for ensuring electrical safety and compliance. Remember to consult the NEC and other applicable codes and standards when planning and executing any electrical installation. And remember to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about electrical safety. When you are working with the electrical code requirements, make sure that your conduit and fittings meet them for the location that the cabinets are located. For example, you might need to meet the NEC section 300.11, securing and supporting. Also, look at 314.40, which refers to boxes and conduit bodies to be fastened to the surface, or securely fastened in or supported from a structural member of the building or from dedicated support. This securing should be done no more than 3 feet or 9 meters apart. The supports must be able to withstand the forces imposed by the conductors in the boxes. This may be especially important when mounting to cabinets that may not be rigidly attached. For flexible metal conduit, Article 348.20 states that FMC must be secured within 12 inches of termination and supported every 4.5 feet. The same is true for liquid-tight flexible metal conduit or Article 350.20. In both these situations there are exceptions if the FMC is fished or is no more than 3 or 6 feet in length. But because you have cabinets, you should be able to secure everything appropriately. Make sure that any exposed threads do not cause any safety concerns. For example, exposed threads might be sharp. If this is the case, then use a file or sandpaper to remove any sharp edges. Or you could put a cap on the exposed threads. You need to assess your specific situation. Make sure that you are not violating any codes and that the conduit is not subject to physical damage from being exposed. The suggestion to use sealant is good, as it protects against water. There are many types of sealant, but silicone caulk is commonly available and cost-effective. However, there are special sealants available for electrical applications. Some of these sealants are better at preventing corrosion than standard silicone caulk. Choose a sealant that is appropriate for your application. Consider that the conduit might conduct electricity. You need to prevent electricity from arcing to the cabinet. Therefore, the conduit must be properly grounded. When installed correctly, conduit protects the wires inside of it from any physical damage. So, even if the conduit touches the side of the cabinet, the wires inside the conduit will be safe. Also, the metal conduit acts as a ground. Therefore, if the conduit makes contact with the cabinet will also be grounded.